We have exactly 7 weeks to the end of the year. And guys, it is time to lock in. It is time to push even harder. This is not the time to relent, take it easy, and give up on your year. The year is not yet over. You know what? You can actually start 2025 today. You do not have to wait for the end of the year to come. Set New Year's resolution and then get started with your goals. You can actually start now. Your 2025 can literally start today. There's something that my mentor always says. The best time to have planted a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is now. So there's no point limiting yourself and telling yourself that the year is over when, quite frankly, the year isn't. You can get started today. So the whole point of this video is I want to document my journey. Over the past couple of months, in fact, for the entire year, I have noticed that I have not been able to fully take control of my time and fully take control of my life. One thing I've noticed is that if you cannot control your time, you cannot control your life. You do not have control over your life if you do not have control over your time, because your life is composed of days, it's composed of months, years. And if you actually break down your days, it comes down to your hours, the seconds, the time you spend. Yeah, so if you cannot account for the time you spend on activities, if you cannot account for the time you spend on your goals, if you cannot account for the time that you spent in general, you cannot account for your life. Do you get what I mean? In this video, I'm just going to be sharing some of the struggles that I have been going through. So I can't lie, for the past 1 week now, my head has been foggy. I have not been able to bring myself to do the things that I know to do. I know exactly what I'm supposed to do. I know the things I'm supposed to do on a daily basis, but sometimes I'm just not able to get myself to do these things. I don't know if anyone else struggles with this, but this is one thing that I know I struggle with personally. So yesterday, I was thinking a lot about this and just thinking a lot about leveling up myself in general when it comes to my communication skills, when it comes to personal development, my spiritual growth, when it comes to my work life. I've been thinking about how to actually take control of these things. So yesterday I went upstairs to talk to my mom about this, because she's the one that I referred to as being my mentor. I went upstairs to talk to her yesterday and I brought this up, and what she asked me was this: why? Have you actually sat down to figure out why you feel this way? Have you actually sat down to think about what goes on in your mind whenever you just lose focus, whenever you lose steam? And I took a few minutes to sit down and think about this, because I haven't actually taken the time to think about the why. I focused mainly on the symptoms and not the main disease. I began to think about why I tend to exert myself for a short amount of time and then lose steam. And I noticed that every single time I get motivated, I go on this streak of productivity. I put in my energy, I exert myself, and then I get to a point where I just feel a bit tired. And whenever I feel that way, I notice that I have two options to either give into it or not. But with me, there are like 3 options. The third option is procrastination. I'll do it later. You know what? I can't do it right now. I'm going to do it later. I'm too tired. I'm this. I'm going to do it later. Procrastination is the first thing that comes to my head, and I want to procrastinate on my tasks. This happened with my 100-day challenge, which I completely flopped. Full transparency, I considered taking the video down, but I just told myself, these are the things I'm going to look back in the future and be able to laugh at and see my progress. So I'm just going to leave the videos there. But this happened with my 100-day challenge. I stopped at day 18, and even the 18 days I wasn't 100% consistent with it. Happened with my Instagram. I posted for about 2 weeks consistently, and then after that I lost steam. Procrastination. So I noticed that the first thing that goes to my mind is I start to procrastinate, and I start to push off the activities that I know that will move the needle. Once I do that, I start to feel guilty. And because I know I'm supposed to do, it starts to get to me. what I notice happen is that while I'm procrastinating, my comfort zone is on social media. So I go to social media to while away time. I go on social media to distract myself from doing the work that I know needs to be done. I go on YouTube deceiving myself that I'm on YouTube to gain information, to gain knowledge. But quite frankly, I'm only on YouTube to distract myself from doing the work that I need to do. This is something that a lot of young people go through. I can't lie. This is something that a lot of us go through. We consume so much information to the point where we paralyze ourselves from taking action. Do you get what I mean? You consume that you get constipated and you cannot even move anymore. You cannot take the actions, take the steps that you need to take. So from procrastination, I distract myself with social media. I allow things to build up to the point where it begins to spill over and I get overwhelmed. This has happened in every aspect of my life. A lot of us focus on the symptoms, but we do not focus on the root cause of the symptoms. We do not focus on the why. Why do I feel this way? Because the moment you can answer the question why, you are 50% of the way to the solution. Because the moment you can answer the question why, you have solved the problem. The quality of questions you ask yourself determines the quality of results that you get. So if you ask yourself the right questions, it ultimately affects the results that you get. So if you feel the same way, ask yourself why. Why do I act the way I act? Why do I think the way that I think? And then begin to unravel your thought patterns and find the solution to that. So that's what I did. If you don't know why you're acting that way, you will not be able to pinpoint exactly when you feel that certain way and to nip it in the bud. If you are not even aware why you think the way you think, you cannot solve it. After having this conversation, I began to think to myself that there's a lot of people that do not have a mentor to take them on this journey. There are a lot of people that do not even know that they need a mentor. If I didn't have a mentor, I wouldn't have come to the realization of my why. I wouldn't have been able to think the way that I think right now, and I would not have the accountability to overcome the struggles that I have. So it's important you find a mentor. A mentor doesn't necessarily have to be a physical mentor. There are so many people online that put out good content. Follow their content, watch all their videos, and begin to take action. And if possible, get yourself a physical mentor because that person would be involved in your life, involved with you. If you have a mentor, you're set for life because you are not living off of your experiences, you are living off of their experiences. You are leveraging their experiences. Yes, you would have your experiences, but you are leveraging off the experiences of your mentor to have a better experience. Do you get what I mean? I set out goals for this next sprint, for the next 7 weeks. Yeah, setting goals for myself, and one of these is to post one YouTube video a week. One YouTube video, just me sitting down talking to you like this. One of these a week, and not just any YouTube video, YouTube videos that I'm proud of. One person that really inspires me is Eyitemi's journal. This is someone that is my age, and I watch his videos and I'm inspired, and I'm like, this is something that I can do, documenting my journey. All I'm doing is just talking about my experiences and the things I'm doing, how I'm able to overcome my problems. If it helps you, it does, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm just out here documenting my journey for someone that might be a few steps behind, and even for myself in the future, so I can look back and see the progress that I've made. So posting one YouTube video a week, documenting my journey, the things I'm learning and picking up on the way. And then another one is posting 3 to 5 Instagram reels per week. With my YouTube video, I can easily get snippets from them and repurpose them for my short form content. So everything still boils down to my YouTube videos. And then, of course, I have some milestones for work that I have to hit, but I'm not going to talk about those in this particular video. If you want to maximize the next 7 weeks, you have to set clear and specific goals, not just, for instance, I want to post on YouTube. Okay, how frequently do you want to post on YouTube? Okay, I want to grow my personal brand. Break it down. What do you need to grow your personal brand? How many videos do you want to have posted by the end of the year? Look, for now, do not think about the numbers. Do not think about the, oh, I want to have this number of followers, oh, I want to make this amount of money. All of these will be a byproduct of the inputs that you're putting in. So focus on the inputs, and over time the outputs would sort itself out. Yes, set goals for yourself, your financial goals, how many followers you want to reach and everything, but do not be focused on the bigger goal, because this sort of overwhelms you when you ask yourself, oh, how am I going to get 10,000 followers in the next 6 months? Oh, how am I going to grow to 50,000 followers in the next 1 year? Oh, how am I going to make $5,000 in the next 12 months? These are overwhelming thoughts and overwhelming goals. But if you're able to break these down and say, okay, for business, to get to $5,000 a month, send out 100 outreach messages per day. So these are measurable. These are things that you have control over. You do not have control over the bigger goal, but you have control over the actions that you take to get to the bigger goal. Do you get what I mean? So set clear goals and actionable steps to accomplishing the bigger goal, so that you do not get overwhelmed. So these are things that I'm setting up for the year. If you want a more detailed video going over how I set my goals and how I get specific to the T on each of my goals, just comment below and let me know, and I'll make a more detailed video going over how I set my goals and how I plan to accomplish them as well. So guys, it's Mofe here, just in case you do not know, and I'm rooting for you. You've got this. See you in the next video.